Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Team All Pro Games here, James Hilton. I'm back with a video. Sorry it's been so long. Last video I played Dragon Ball Z. I liked it, don't get it twisted, but Yu-Gi-Oh is something I've been playing for a long time, close to 15 years, and I just want to keep playing and enjoying it. I'm going to start trying to upload weekly videos, tournament results, whether it's locals, when regionals get back and going, YCSs, stuff like that. I came back to the game. I haven't got to play this deck at a local yet. I played 2 tournaments, both in the same day. I played Altergeist, and I won the first tournament and then got smoked in the second one, but that's what Altergeist does. We're going to get to the deck profile. I'm playing Tri. I played 3 Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat's probably the best starter in this deck, and also probably one of the best going second cards, paired with other things. This card is a 1-card Zeus for 2 detach if you can get there, and then this card sets you up turn 1 by sending Kit to the graveyard and letting you do a whole bunch of plays there. The second best probably starter I would say is Fractal, monster wise. Fractal, all tri-brigade monsters have the effect where they can banish beasts, wing beasts, or beast warriors from graveyards to special summon monsters from the extra deck that meet the requirements. And his other effect is you can send him to the graveyard to send 1 tri-brigade monster from your deck to the graveyard. So he's a Foolish Burial. I do play Karaz at 3. I'm getting my 3rd one. I'll have it by the time I play again. Karaz at 3 is very important. This is your only like extender in the deck, and you can search this, you can play with this, you can set it up. So like if your normal summon gets stopped, this is probably like the only way you're going to be able to follow up. If not, you're just relying on hand traps and stuff like that to get you through. I also play Triple Kit. Kit is also a Foolish Burial. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 tri-brigade monster from your deck to the graveyard. Nerval says when this card is sent from deck to the graveyard, you can add 1 tri-brigade monster from your deck to your hand. I do play the Gamma package. I think Gamma is really important. This card allows you to be offensively and definitely defensively. This card negates and destroys, so it's really strong. This card also allows you to play through Ash with cards like if they Ash your Tinky or your Pot of Prosperity or your Nerval Search or your Fractal Dump or anything of that nature. Even if you go Cat, Tribute for Cost, and then they Ash you, Gamma, because then you're going to make Omega and take another one. 2 Ash, self-explanatory. I only play 2. I would say most people play 3 because they want to see it. My theory is I don't want to open 2, so playing the same amount of hand traps you would, but with a couple different names helps get you there. Because like I said, if you open 2 of these, it's one's kind of dead in your hand, but if you open 1 with another hand trap, you're there. I played 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is really good. It sucks when you draw it when you're going second. That's your draw because you can't play this on your opponent during your turn. It's during your opponent's, but it just negates a monster effect. It's very reliable. Ghost Bell. I play Ghost Bell. Tri-brigades are very popular, and it's good against other decks. There's at least 1 to 3 cards in almost every deck that you can hit that can like slow someone down. It might not kill it every deck, but there is cards you can still hit, and then you can side it out for games 2 and 3. And then not to mention it is good in a few matchups. It's busted in the tri-brigade matchup. Stopping revolt is always good. Two imperm. Of the two ofs, this is the only one I kind of want to play 3. But like I said, the deck is like very consistent. It does what it's supposed to do. And I don't really miss the 3rd. But it's just it comes up sometimes for any of these hand traps. Like Ash, you sometimes want to play 3 to see more. But like you usually see at least 2 hand traps in your opening hand, and as long as they're not the same ones, you're good. I play Triple Cross Out Designator. This card is kind of like self-explanatory. It's called by the grave, but also it does other things. It's good in the mirror match. It's good when siding. If you know, like, you're going to be siding in Nibs and Lancias and Twin Twisters and stuff like that, and so is your opponent. So like, this card is always live. It's good against the sides. It's good in the main. Like, this card does a lot, and I don't see it staying around forever at 3 because, like I said, it makes mirror matches awful. It makes side decking weird because, you know, a lot of side decks at least side some staples that are the same for matchups, and then you're always going to have the cross out target for a situation if you have the cross out, obviously. Probably my favorite card in the deck is Forbidden Droplets. This card is insane. Going second, if you open this and Cat, you're breaking probably every board depending on how many hand traps they have. This card just single-handedly helps you against Dragon Link, Virtual World, Tri-Brigade, just decks that pump gases out. If a deck summons more than 2 monsters, which a lot of deck in this format does, this card single-handedly just puts in work because it can't be responded to. The only card that can stop this is like a Solemn J, but if you dump a trap with it, it don't matter. But if you don't have a trap and they got a Solemn J, they can probably get in there, you know what I'm saying? 2 Pot of Prosperities. Okay, the reason I play Pot is because Desires is good. I don't knock no one that plays the Desires with the triples and everything, the revolts and all that at 3. I play Pot of Prosperity because I like the way my deck plays. I don't feel like I need the +1 off Desires. I'd rather get a card that helps me right then and there than a +1 that might just be something that don't really help. This card, like, kind of like, if you do 6, you play 2s and 3s of everything, you're probably going to get to the cards you need. And not to mention, when you side deck, this card is insane because you're just digging for side pieces. We play Foolish Burial, Call by the Grave, and Tinky. Self-explanatory, Tinky for Fractal. Call by the Grave, just a good card so you can still play. Foolish Burial, Tinky going to 1. I like this card because it's a starter. It helps bad hands. Like if you open like Kuraz, nothing else, you can like Foolish Burial this for a kit to dump Nerval to add a card to your hand. If you open like, it just helps in a lot of situations. It's a good starter. For my other traps besides Imperm, I play 2 Revolt. Like I said, if I play Desires, I'll play 3, but I don't need it, I feel, in this version. And then 1 Imperial Order. Self-explanatory. This card's insane. Every deck, besides a few, and I'm talking about a slim few, every deck plays at least 10 bangers, if not more. This card's insane. Onto the extra deck. I play 1 Omega. I play Gamma. I play the Zeus package. Self-explanatory. Droplets and Cat is break your board, depending on how many hand traps or how many cards they have in hand, if they can stop it. Depending on the decks. This is insane against decks that just like try to gas pedal, because like I said, you just need Droplets and Cat. If they put up 3, you could dump 3 and you still got Droplets and Cat to do what you got to do. Then we play 1 Appaloosa. I mean, this is what this deck does. It tries to make this turn 1 with a Revolt. If you open Revolt, you can make like this with a double Dragon Lords and a Revolt. And I do recommend that because a lot of the times your opponent will be able to play around the app, but like the double Dragon Lords being there can get in their way because they can't just normal summon and swing over app, because you'll just bounce the normal, and then they gotta start using effects. So you kind of like put them in a little bind. It works. I do recommend it because sometimes they'll just have the out to this, and then at least you got the Dragon Lords with the Revolt and maybe some hand traps. Access Code Talker, insane card. It's 150 for a reason. This card just snatches. You should know what it does. If you don't, when you make this card, you can activate its effect, target a link in your shit. It gains the attack of it, and then you can banish link monsters of different attributes to pop cards on the field. I played 2 Ferrigheat. I like Ferrigheat. Like I said, if you open Revolt, you're going to burn through these. And you want one for a follow-up because you'll do double Dragon Lord. But if you don't open Revolt, sometimes you'll just burn through these so you can save your double Dragon Lord for a follow-up. It just depends on how good your hand is and what you got. And then I played one Rampart. Some decks play 2 and 2. Some decks play 1 and 2, vice versa. I think 1 is fine. As long as you see it and you can make it, it's easy to make. It's usually going to give you a Revolt unless they got a response. You can chain block this card so it can't get ashed. There's just a lot of neat stuff you can do. And like I said, once you get to the Revolt and app and a couple hand traps, they're going to have a hard game regardless, even if they have a bunch of outs. Rugal. Probably the most underrated card in the extra deck. I find myself making this a lot, and there are some times where I'll go this and double Dragon Lord instead of app and double Dragon Lord, because this card is insane. If they force your Revolt, this card says, okay, that's fine, I'll just summon my Omen, and then when you do something, I got 2 cards that says quick effect, summon, trigger Omen, non-target banish, plus double Dragon Lords. It's really good when you got like 2 hand traps in hand with that setup. Omen. Insane. Probably, like, it's definitely the best tri-brigade card. That's for sure. Non-targeting banish, and then when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a monster for each beast / I think it's beast warrior, and wing beast that's banished. So if you got 4, you can add a level 4. If you got 3, so on. Double Dragon Lords. This card is good and bad at the same time. It's worth playing though. It's a free interruption, and like I said, you can set up Revolt and this with an app, or you can set up just this and the Revolt with the silver, just depending on the matchup. One Doom Eagle. This is probably like the only card you could probably consider like, I'll play something else, but I would recommend playing this because in the try matchup, it can go either way. And if it gets to a grind game and you can make this and you can start putting pieces back when they only got like 4 or 5 pieces, 6 pieces, this card takes 1 a turn. So if it gets into a slugfest and they're top decking hand traps, you turn Revolt off. And it's good in other matchups too that rely on cards in the graveyard. Like you can send stuff back against Dragon League, you can send stuff back against PK, all that good stuff. The worst card, it's there for when you brick. Like if you open Kit and no other monsters, or like you can just like Kit into Fractal. And if you do have another beast in hand, like 2 Kits or a Kit and a Nerval, sorry about that, you can tribute 1 and then go into Kuraz and do what you gotta do. Side deck is 1 Pank. This card's insane. It's also good against Tri. What your opponent usually puts up is either an Appaloosa for 3 and a Revolt set. You go special summon this. Is the summon fine? If they say yes, you go attempt to leave main phase to go into battle phase. They'll go chain Revolt. You go chain Pank, target app. They'll negate. Boom, that app's at 2, and you force the revolt with 1 card. You got 5 cards to play around just that app. Also, if they go double Dragon Lord's app, same situation. You special summon this, you attempt to go battle phase, they'll either double Dragon Lord back this because you can't summon it again, or you just chain, target the app goes to 1 negate, and then you solve the Dragon Lords with 5 cards in your hand to do something. Lancia, I side it because it's a good card. Great against Tri, great against PK, good against it's just good against certain decks, great against Tri. It shuts me down, and I play cross out Designator, so I have to play this. Same thing with this card, Nib, insane in certain matchups. Also, it hurts me too. Like if I go Rescue Cat and that goes through, I have to, like, I can't play around the Nib. Like if I do, I end with nothing really. I have to play, like, hope they don't have this, or I got the cross out if they do. 2 Twin Twister and 2 Lightning Storm. Regionals, questionable, would probably be 3-3, but where I'm playing at a local, obviously. I played Night Beam because there's a few tri-brigade decks there. Plus there's, you know, decks that set traps. Usually, like, if you can just, like I said, Night Beam and just Night Beam their revolt, they can't chain it, you solve a problem there. And it's good if you know they're signing in judgments too. Dark Roller no more. This card's just insane for decks that put out more than 2 monster negates. It goes good with droplets. If you see one or the other, you can usually break the board. Because also monster effects can't respond to this. And then anti-spell standard, you know what it does. It's good in matchups. It's good in the cross. If you know your opponent is playing cross out and you go first and you open this and you get to play your hand traps and they can't cross out you while you got to play all your spell cards and get set up, good feeling. That's my deck profile. Like I said, Team All Pro Games, like, subscribe, share, leave comments, tell me what you thought about it. I'm going to try to start uploading a video weekly, whether it's a regional report when they start back up, YCS reports, or box tournaments, or just locals. I'm going to try to do 1 video a week until things start getting on a roll, and then hopefully I could build a community. I like to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh with people, and everyone have a good day, and that's it.